question say, the name of the system is sales order system, which is correct, sales order system. I would advise you to add in the label, the ID for context diagram process would be 0, process 0. And when you explode your context diagram, that's why you will have the diagram name is diagram 0, because you explode the process 0, which is the sales order system. When a sales order is received from a customer, here I know that the customer is the entity, external entity, right? This is the external entity. Sales order is the data, okay, going into the system. So I can see sales order. The sales personnel would have to check. So this is the user who will use the sales order system. This is inside the system, not outside. So we will not put sales personnel as external entity. Okay. Need to check with the accounts department. So accounts department is another external entity. Wants to know whether the customer's credit limit has been exceeded or not. So we will get the credit status. Okay, the credit status. Next is availability of the stock items ordered with the warehouse. So this is another, what is this? External entity. Okay, the stock going into the system. Okay, I agree.
Miss, ask is it should it be stock quantity or stock availability?
I can accept both, but then to make it more easier to understand, kan stock availability lah, since it is clearly stated here. Kan? We need to know the stock availability before we can really confirm the order, right? Okay, good question. When these are in order means credit limit is not exceeded, and then the stock are available. Then the next thing is need to send the order confirmation to the customer. So that's why here there's another arrow, order confirmation going to customer. Next is delivery request will be sent to the warehouse. Okay, I can see there's a delivery request. Next, our warehouse would confirm whether the delivery has been completed. So this is delivery confirm. Means need to enter into the system. And then need to request for invoice. We pass the invoice request to the accounts department.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Here we assume that we will not include the preparation of the invoice in the sales order system, because that one will be in the accounting system already lah. So the first question, draw context diagram. Okay. Let me type my comment. Label the process with ID 0 to represent the name of the system. That is one. And the second one is you can rename stock quantity to stock availability. Much more easier. So itulah 1 and 2 comment. I think last night I checked, last evening I checked. Oh, sudah tukar kah? Oh, Noel belum tukar lagi. Noel, what happened?
I didn't check.
Or you didn't check? Question 2, in fact, asks for diagram 0. Diagram 0 means you already explode the process. No, you explode the overall system into several processes. And what you have here is the name of the system is the property system. Again, you can label it with the ID 0. Mailing is not an external entity. We have buyer, we have a potential seller. Here, we just follow the name lah, potential buyer, potential seller. Why is there no arrow from sales order system to account department? Sales order, question 1, is it? No arrow from sales order system to account department. Sini. Which arrow? Ada ni. The first arrow would be to get the customer credit status, whether the limit exceeded or not. And then the second arrow is from the system for the invoice request. Ada arrow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Letters ada. This one, no. This one should not be in the context diagram. List of properties, no. So I've already suggested these 4 processes. Okay. Let's do this together. Let me get my pen. I don't think I can draw at the Google Doc. Can we draw at the Google Doc? Macam tak boleh kan?
Need to insert. Need to insert.
Shapes.
Insert those shapes.
Insert a drawing. Plus new.
No shape. It doesn't have shape like this.
Google Doc.
I'll go. Never mind. I thought they have shapes.
Let me go to our Jamboard lah.
Okay.
Where's our Jamboard? This is our Jamboard. Okay, and then I need to print screen this one. Let me try first. My Jamboard. Okay. I wonder whether I can crop this. Cannot. Let me crop it first, yeah. One moment. Okay. Let me put it somewhere here. You can also refer to your question, your own question, yeah, because I need to see this. All right. Get my pen. Yeah. So the first thing is potential buyers. Okay, potential buyers would be our external entity lah. But then before that, let's draw the process. What is the first process? Potential buyers will phone in for information about properties available, and a property interest card will be completed. Okay, let me give you a tip. In order for you to find out how many processes are there in the diagram 0, you go for the verb. In this case, I can see complete. So a property interest card will be completed. Okay, so I will draw the process here. Oops, difficult to draw. Okay, number 1, complete property interest card. Okay, so the input will be from the what is this? Potential buyer. Okay, potential buyer. So this is an external entity, so you draw a rectangle. So we need to name our data flow. Here they phone in for information about the properties availability. So we can the request for information, right? Request properties available request. Okay, properties available request. A bit longer. Properties available info. They request for what are the available properties that they might be able to purchase lah. Okay, properties available request. If you go back to your question, this is in fact a business process for a real estate agent. Normally, a real estate agent, they need to match a potential buyer with a potential seller, right? Okay, so let's read on. The potential buyer's detail, name, address will be recorded. So recorded means it will be stored in the data store. At the same time, a mailing list will be created. This one is for future use. So now it doesn't show to us what is the output for this particular process. But then we can say that since the verb is complete property interest card, so we can say that it will be stored in a data store, say property interest card, a table for property interest card, and then over here would be the property interest. Okay, so so that the real estate agent will know that what kind of properties does their potential buyer are interested to buy. Okay, and then at the same time, for the mailing list, they need to keep the name and address of the potential buyer. Okay, let's see. So there's another data store here, mailing list. So this is a table that will store what is this, name and address. The name and address of the potential buyer. So I can see for each of the process, for process 1, I think it fulfills our do's and don'ts, right? A minimum 1 in, minimum 1 out, so we have 2 output. I believe we can go to the next paragraph already. Next is the potential seller. Okay, will also have the details recorded onto a property details card. I believe it is something like this. We need to also record the property details card. So let's draw. Okay, I don't have space already. Potential seller. Okay, this is an external entity. I think just use back the same name lah. What is my name? Process 2. Complete property details card. So this is a process. So use circle. Now, what we get from the potential seller would be the property info that he wishes to sell, and here recorded means you need to save it into the data store. So this gives us another data store. Okay, number 3, property detail card. Okay, so that one, store it here. I will use back the same name, property info. Do you know why? Because this is just to store it into the system. So there is no transformation from the input to the output. So that's why I can use the same data flow input and the output data flow, right? What else? I think this one already. Next, on a weekly basis, the buyer's interest and the seller's interest will be matched. This is another keyword. So match. So the next process is number 3. Match. This one is too long. Match buyer's interest and seller's interest. Very long, right? Match buyer. Match buyer. A very long buyer with property. Okay, the third process. But the first 2 process here is to show that our system will not be able to work if we don't have stored data. Okay, in order for us to match potential buyer with the properties that the seller wants to sell, first we need to store it into the what is this? The data store first. Therefore, for this particular process, since we already have these 2 data store, to do the matching, we just get it from the data store. Okay, just get it from the data store. Okay, so we'll get the here the property details. Because we want to match the buyer with the property, right? So we need to get the property details from this property details card, and then we need to get the buyer interest lah, the buyer property interest. So this is what the system should be able to do, to match what the buyers say they are interested in to buy, and with the properties available, okay, that has been stored into the system. Okay, any more question? Next is, when there is a good match, then letters will be sent to the potential buyer with details of the relevant properties. So this is, I think, where the letters comes in. This one, the letters comes in. So this is the matching of the properties not done through the data store. Okay. So the output would be, let me draw. So you have 2 input into process tree. This one will become black hole if you don't have any output. So I will draw data flow here, and then this one would be letter. Okay, this letter is to invite the potential buyer to view the property that has already been matched with their interest. Okay, the letter. So I think we're done with this. And finally, this is the last process. In order to generate interest on a monthly basis, a list of property from the property details card will be created. So this is another process will be created. A list of properties would be a mailing list lah. So we can come up with our name, or we can just follow the question. Complete monthly mail shot. My circle becomes oval already. So to do this, remember we have the mailing list. Okay, this is where we will get the name and address of the potential buyer, right? And then complete the mailing monthly mail shot. So you can imagine this, like every month the system will generate a list of property, right? That is perhaps would be that would make the buyers interested. Okay, so once the name and address already done, and then the list of property is also included, then posted to the potential buyers. So posted, so output lah. So this one would be the mail shot. Mail shot in a real estate agent would be the property list. Okay, property list. How do you know that this mail shot has a list of properties? Sini. Okay. List of properties. Okay, property list. Let me see. Do we have the correct input output? Now let's check the do's and the don't. One process must have at least one input and one output. Ini okay. Ini okay. Ini one in, exactly one in, one out, okay. This one is also exactly one in, one out. I label my process accordingly using the correct symbols for the DFD. The data store are properly named. And notice that the common mistake done by student would be a labeling of the data flow. Data flow, you should use noun. You should not put a verb in front of the label name for the data flow. Okay, so I think this is about it. So any question on this? Because this is diagram 0, Noel. Diagram 0, it shows all the available process that can be automated or done by the system. Similar to the examples that we have in the our notes. Anything to ask here?
So like
Farah?
in exam, we do like that, like
yeah.
Oh.
This is what I mentioned on earlier on Monday. For SAD memang tidak lari. Okay, it's a must. As a system analyst, you should be able to draw data flow diagram. Just like when you learn database last semester, it's a must for you to learn how to draw ERG. So for SAD, okay, you are my system analyst, you should be able to do this. Just remember the guidelines to draw, the 4 symbols, when to use nouns, when to use verb. Verb is only used to name the process. Okay, verb is only used to name the process, right? To name the process, and if you want to make it easier for you to identify which one would be your process, then my suggestion would be you try to find a verb, because remember here complete, match, okay, complete. In fact here it's recorded lah. So you can also put here record property details card, and then here will be created. So I can put here create. Okay, this one is exactly from here, and then the match. Okay, so from the verb here, you know that this is what the system will be able to do. 1, 2, 3 processes. And apart from identifying the processes, you must identify external entities. And then sometimes this part, because it's not really explained, right? But this is where you need to apply your logic sense. Okay, how you do it is you look at the verb complete the property interest card. So meaning means need to enter into the system. So put it into this particular data store, right? Like the process match. How we want to match the buyer's interest and the seller's interest. So you can just put match buyer with property, or you can just put match properties. Very simple lah. It can be short, right? Any other example that you want to include, or perhaps any other question?
So far no.
Okay, so let's continue with the tutorial. The next one is inconsistency. So the first one, the interview notes stated that a particular product may be listed in different orders. An order will usually contain many products. Here you need to match the ERD with the narrative description of on the interview. So the problem here is that just now Kelvin say product.
Oh, I didn't finish my answer.
Oh, okay. Then I go with Noel first. Interview notes stated that each customer is allocated to region, but in ERD there is no. This one is correct. Yeah. In ERD there is no direct relationship between customer. Okay, this is correct. This is one of the inconsistency. So the correction is you need to draw a relationship between customer and entity. Yes, this is also correct. So it will be customer. It will be customer entity and region entity. Yeah, let me go here. So initially the customer and the region, it's not linked. So after you link, and if you read, it should be a one-to-many relationship. So you remove the relationship between region and order. So you need to link these two. This is one and only one, and then this one is one-to-many. Okay, one-to-many relationship between region and customer. All right, so this is the correction that need to be done. Okay, let's check Farah's answer first. The interview note stated that each product can be purchased from a number of suppliers, and some supplier can supply more than one product. So in the ERD, the link from product to supplier should be one to many.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer the question.
Well, one to many kah product to supplier? I think product to supplier tak ada masalah. Let me see. Tunggu ah.
Where's the
The one that Noel answer is this one. Yours ini kah?
yeah, that one.
Okay, each product can be purchased from a number of supplier. So this is each product from a number of supplier. Yeah, betul. Okay, and a supplier supply more than one product, and then a supplier must supply at least one product. So it is wrong here. So yeah, correct. You are correct. So this one should be many to many.
Many to many.
Yeah, this one should be many to many. Minimum is one, maximum is many. Here, minimum is one, maximum is many.
Okay.
Okay.
But
so you need to do.
Is my answer like how to say the correct format? I mean, because I said the symbol only kan. I don't know what's the actual answer for that. I mean how to say how to answer.
The explanation.
Yeah, the explanation. The link from the product to supplier should be one to many.
Again.
If
It
I
should
answer,
be
yeah.
should be the relationship between product and supplier should be many to many.
Like that.
Many to many.
Okay. Wait.
Yes, correct. Many to many. That's correct. So let's check. Kelvin, the interview note stated that the particular product may be listed in different orders. And an order will usually contain many products, but the ERD has one-to-many relationship. The product has one-to-many relationship with the order. Correction can be done by changing the relationship. Yeah, this is also correct. Many to many. This is correct.
Okay.
Luckily, you already take database. Senang sikit. Okay, ini pun correct sudah. Okay, now let's proceed to I believe this is the last question done by Farah.
Yeah, I still not sure lah.
Apa not sure? I go report Miss Peng nanti. Okay, let me make this smaller a bit so that I can see well. Okay, at the college, The store each student, so meaning a student must be an entity. Okay, I can see there's an entity there. Okay, and then each student must register on only one program. Ini ada masalah ni. You know why, Farah? One student register one program and one program only have one student.
Should be
Nampak?
like one and only one.
Kiri kanan, from left to right. Okay. One student register only one program. Macam Farah register RSD, one program. Satu saja. You cannot register the banking and finance program at the same time. Tak boleh. So from student to program, it's one to many. Now we need to go back from right to left. Okay, kiri kanan kanan kiri. So adakah mention sini? Tiada. Ni ini. Now I understand.
Yeah,
Program has a minimum of one student. Minimum ini betul. Minimum one, tapi maximum many. So
okay.
ini patut let me go back to my Jamboard. Okay, so if this is the student, okay, this is the program. One student can take only one and only program, but then the program will have a minimum of one student. Okay, means tak boleh zero. Kalau zero means cannot even buka the program. Tak boleh offer RSD. Minimum one student, but then many. This is, let me put here, minimum. This is maximum.
Okay.
For this one, this is maximum one. Minimum is also one. That's why it's one and only one. Faham sudah kan?
Yeah.
Okay. So next is the each program contains a number of courses. Okay, ini courses ada. As long as you have all this, meaning that's an entity lah.
Okay.
And then each courses only belongs to one particular program. Okay, but then to make it more complex kan, sometimes these courses can be offered by more than one program. So here it should be program and courses. Let me draw. Say program and courses kan. So here if I have courses, one program offer many courses, and then this course can be offered by more than one program. Contoh, English.
Okay.
All this our students, no matter whether they are RSD ka, RBU ka, apa lagi ya, RBK, okay, banking finance, they need to take English. Okay, so this is one many to many. So that's another correction.
Many. Okay.
So correction should be apa sudah tu?
The student and the program to student is
student and
program
should be many to many. No.
One to many.
Tunggu. Student program. Okay, it's many to one. Okay, means student many, student side is many, program side is one and only one.
Okay.
And then one more is the program and course. It should be many to many.
Many to many. Okay.
Okay, many to many. Okay, next is
the
ada lagi. Oh, program supervisor. program supervisor.
Okay.
Now, program supervisor, each program must be managed by one program supervisor. And a program supervisor may manage many programs, but minimum at least one. Kalau tidak, she's not a program supervisor. Kalau zero program here, I'm not a program supervisor. That's why you can see it's minimum one program and then many program. Like previously, Ms. Tang, she managed both software engineering and also our no. Now it's Miss Surayani. Miss Surayani, program supervisor for the software engineering. Miss Tang, she takes care of two programs, the RSD and also DFT, the diploma and also the degree RSD. So that's why here one to many. And then each program only have one supervisor. So this one is correct.
Okay.
And then each program must be allocated to a school. Normally I will not include the school here. Tapi kan, since here it mentioned that there's a school code, school name, head of school, we need to keep track of this info, meaning you must have a table in school table in the database. So this one is correct. Some schools employ many program supervisor, while others do not employ any at all. So that's why there's a zero here. So this one is correct lah.
Okay.
So the rest is, we check the, what do you call that? DBDL. Okay,
The
DBDL.
attributes.
Oh, the attributes ka?
Yeah.
Identify and list the attributes of each entity. Tapi you give me DBDL ni.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, in fact, you're supposed to just give a list of attributes. Tapi you give me DBDL, tak apa. This one should be easy. Attributes, because I think you want to let me know what is the primary key and foreign key, right?
Yeah.
But then it's not required. But then I can check for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Student ID, student name, student telephone, and address. So student ID 1234, 1234, attribute. Okay, you put here
Program code, because one student need a program.
no. The student ID yang patut masuk di dalam the
Program.
no. Oh, betul. Yeah, because of this one. This one need to be corrected. This one should be many, this one one kan. So yeah, correct, you're correct. The primary key from the program will become foreign key in the student. Yeah, betul. So this one correct. Next, the program code, description, duration. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay. Your key is program code.
I think the program code said. No, I don't know. I'm confused already.
Here should be many to many, right? Here should be many to many. So inside program, you should have the course code as the foreign key. Betul? Ada course code as foreign key, betul. And then bukan staff ID. Oh, okay. You use staff ID sini. Boleh? Yeah, correct. The foreign key are correct. Normally, this one we don't make it as what do you call this? What do you call this? Primary key.
Okay.
Remember, like bachelor in software system development, the code is RSD ka? RSD. Then by referring to RSD ka, RBU ka, RBK ka, we already know which program it is. So sufficient this one to be primary key. Okay, next, courses. Okay, course code, course name, credit. Course code, course name, credit. So courses, we already know that there's a many relationship. So we need to get the program code as the foreign key here. Tambah dia, Farah.
Okay. Wait. I tambah.
As long as there's many relationship, then you should have the foreign key there. Okay, good. And then next is the supervisor, staff ID, name, telephone number. So staff, this one okay. Sekejap ada many relationships ini. So meaning you need to get the primary key from the school and then it will become the foreign key in supervisor. So tambah satu lagi sini.
Oh, is
The
it
school code.
school? Oh, okay.
Wherever you see, no, bukan di sana. Inside course. Where is it? Ya, betul.
Okay.
Ngam lah. Okay.
It's a foreign key. Okay.
Foreign key, very good. That's how I check. I draw the external entity. External entity is DFT. I draw the entity first, and then the relationship. Check the cardinality, and finally, make sure you add in the foreign key at the many relationship. Okay, next is the school. School code, school name, head of school, location. Tapi if you look at school kan, tiada many relationship. So I think you do not need this one, and this one. Wah, semua ada foreign key ni. Why?
I don't know. That one I confused already. I just type it there.
Tak payah confused. This is one and only one. One and only one means there's no many relationship, tiada foreign key.
Okay, so that one.
buang.
Okay. Wait.
There's no foreign key. No, faham already ya, Farah?
Okay, paham sir. I understand.
Paham sudah?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so for school, there's no foreign key. Oh, luckily I check for you now. Because later, week berapa sudah? 6, 7, and 8. 6 and 7, week 6 and 7, you all need to draw the you all need to draw the context diagram and also the diagram 0 for your speed bus. And then 6, 7, and week 8 you need to do this. Okay, you need to do this. Luckily there's a revision. So I believe we are done with the tutorial. Oh, okay, we need to go already.
No, never mind. I just finished.
Oh, already ka? Okay. So our presentation starts at 3 p.m. So you're ready at 3 p.m. You have a few minutes break. And then after the presentation, then I will do a short briefing. You do your in-class work and we're done. Okay. So I'll see you in the next meet.
Okay, miss.
My apartment next door, they are doing this structure piling. It's quite noisy. Not sure whether you can hear the sound or you only hear my voice. Is it?
Only hear your voice.
Sound.
Oh, then that's good. Meaning the noise cancellation in the setting is very effective. Have
Yeah.
you tried that? At the
Yeah.
setting, there's a noise cancellation. But
Yes.
now the sound is very loud. Okay, otherwise you will be annoyed. Okay, so are you ready? Oh, Kelvin is not here. Who will start the presentation?
I send the link to him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know why. Because he had up until now he hasn't accepted the invitation. Kelvin, do you have still have the invitation email to my classes? Because I think you haven't accepted. Hopefully you can accept the invitation for lecture. Then you can access all the and the meeting is also there. Okay, shall we start with the presentation?
Okay.
Okay, good. May I start now?
So, good afternoon. Today, our group like to present the system planning in preliminary
Good afternoon.
investigation. So the agenda for today is introduction, secondly, source of requests, and third, services request. So the introduction is, since the founding of Speedbus, several systems has been upgraded. However, the system hasn't been updated for 5 years. Currently, for the bus ticketing system, it was already computerized, but somehow there are certain minor problems that need to be addressed. One of the problems are slow processing time and provides inadequate information. Slow processing time will affect the customer experience and inadequate information will affect the quality of decision making from top management. Thus, a new system needs to be requested to solve the following problems. So I Preston to present.
Okay. Thank you, Noel. I will start to present for. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Robinson. I would like to present the source of request. So, the source of request, we have three source of request, which is the existing system, users' needs, and the external factors. So, as for existing system, currently the existing bus ticketing system of Speedbus hasn't been improved or updated for 5 years. Now, it has become inefficient and doesn't provide enough information for the management. The system needs to be improved to help the staff work better. As for the user's need, the current customer of Speedbus are having long queues at the counter due to the staff not being fast enough processing the ticket purchases. The staff cannot work efficiently with the current bus ticketing system due to the lack of useful features that can speed up and smoothen the ticket purchase process at the counter. And last but not least, the external factors. The current advances in technology has pressured the company to develop a better bus ticketing system to keep up with the competitors. As the competitors of Speedbus continue to improve their system and get larger shares of customers from Speedbus, Speedbus is forced to improve itself to reverse the downward trend of monthly customers number. Next presentation will be, I leave it to Kelvin.
Mm. Okay. I will be presenting the two services requested for the bus ticketing system. The first is quality information, and second is improved service. For quality information, we need quality information because the existing system does not provide enough information or features regarding reporting sales, and it's most likely that time will be consumed to prepare a report, and information produced will be inadequate and incomplete, or might not be available at a timely uh, at times. As for current system, it allows staff to give a proper report that will reduce plenty of time and cost and mistake, which can benefit the company to quickly respond to sale analysts. Second is improve performance. Speedbus needs a better bus ticketing system that can provide better services to the staff, so that staff can work more efficiently and can have an easier way to navigate through the system to provide services such as booking and canceling tickets. The improved performance will reduce the queue time and increase the customer satisfaction. And we're done.
Okay. Kelvin, since you're presenting, can you show the first slide? Okay, since the founding of Speedbus, I want to ask about the several system has been upgraded. Your scope is only the bus ticketing system, right? What do you mean by since the founding of Speedbus, several system has been upgraded?
This one like system in other department like that.
So I think you need to rephrase that one now. Make sure you mention that other systems. I think you mentioned the name of the system used by other departments in the first presentation, correct? And then the second sentence, however, the system hasn't been updated. So here you need to be very clear lah. Which system, the ticketing system lah. Tunggu. Tapi you already, the third sentence you mentioned currently for the bus ticketing system. Oh, please rephrase this. You understand what I mean?
Which one?
Because the flow of sentences is not clear. However, the system hasn't been updated for 5 years. So that one refers to the ticketing system. Currently for the bus ticketing system, it is already computerized. So I think you need to rephrase so that it will be clearer. Once you have made the changes, so I hope your final report, you show me the corrected version. Okay, let me read on. Slow processing, just need to. I found one more problem, the last sentence. What do you mean by the last sentence? Thus, a new system need to be requested. A new system?
Yeah.
So meaning your
No.
is replacing the current system with a new bus ticket system?
Actually, yeah, it's supposed to be like that, but we thought that as there's a new system to be. I mean, like.
So you decide now?
What?
Well, what's your scope now? Are you is the system request now is for to replace the current one with a new ticketing system or to enhance the existing system? Replace? Replace, Is it replace? Since earlier on you mentioned hasn't been updated for 5 years. So replace, to solve the following problems, the problems mentioned earlier lah. So need to make improvement there. Once you're done with this, then your report will be very easy lah. No need to kalang kabut later. So make that correction. Okay. Kelvin, can you go to the next slide? Next. Okay. Existing bus ticketing hasn't been improved or and doesn't provide enough information for the management. Okay, this one okay. It tallies with the other. Next. Current. Okay. Next. Okay. Next. Next. Need a better.
Quality information.
Quality information kah? Does not provide enough information or feature regarding reporting cell. The time will be consumed to prepare a report and the information that ask for the current. Kelvin, I want to ask you this one. Ask for the current system. What does it mean?
As a mistake should be for the new current for the
proposed new system.
Yeah, for the proposed new system.
Okay, do the
not
correction.
The current system.
Change it. Proposed new system. And then it will allow the staff lah. It will allow. Will allow. Okay, because not yet developed to give a proper report. To generate a proper report lah. Quickly respond to the sales analyst. What do you mean by sales analyst?
Oh, sales analysts like
The sales manager.
like the person that analyzes the data.
Analyzes the data.
Like the price, like the how much income in places, so they can also pass on the message to management to make changes also.
A sales manager lah, sales manager.
Sales manager.
That's his job, sales manager.
Okay.
Next. That can provide better services to the staff so that the staff can easier navigate. Okay. So thank you for the presentation. Okay, I think we can move to the briefing part lah.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
So now we'll fix the
Sorry, Miss.
fix the first part of the presentation because I don't want you all to put that in your final report.
Okay.
Make sure it is a corrected version.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, so let me. Oh, it's 3:15 already. We better finish by 4 kan today. Today is New Year's Eve. Last week I think we finished. What time did we finish? 5.
For something almost 5.
For some, let's finish early lah kan, Pera?
Yeah.
For today, your presentation, I believe you can handle the Q&A that you can answer me. So presentation, your 555, you can answer me. The content, macam ada a bit of mistake. Almost comprehensive, mostly correct. So I give you 8 lah, good. 8. Okay. So now your total is 34. Now it's time for your in-class work. In-class work for today. Okay. In-class work for today. So you will present to me next week your feasibility study. Feasibility study is in the system planning phase. Okay, you will conduct economic feasibility study. Your economic feasibility study is quite simple, where you will need to produce this one, benefits summary and cost summary. Okay, benefit summary and cost summary. You need to identify what are the benefits, what are the costs to be involved in developing a new bus ticketing system for the speed bus. Okay, so that is your scope. What is your scope already? Develop a new bus ticketing system. Because you want to replace the 5 years old current bus ticketing system. Okay. Now for the cost summary, make sure you list down all the major cost component related to your scope. It can be categorized into hardware, software, network infrastructure. And under each of these component, you can further break it down into like under hardware, you can mention server, terminals. Terminals would be the PC used by the staff lah, printer, and so on. So here I want to know about your scenario lah. For your bus ticketing system, will it be a standalone system where there's only one PC that will be installed with the bus ticketing system, or you will have the server and then link with perhaps few client PC say you have like 3 or 2 staff handling the ticket sales. Okay, up to you. So I need to know that. I need to understand that before I can approve your what is this, the benefit summary and cost summary. And for the software, if you are suggesting to replace existing computer, now your scope, what I understand is you want to develop a new system. I want to know whether are you also going to replace the existing computers, networking, cables, server. If you are going to replace them, then you need to add those into your cost summary, like the operating system, because whenever you buy a server, you need the networking server. You buy the terminal, so the client PC, it must be installed with the OS, okay, either Windows, normally it's Windows. A development tool, if you assume that the IT department already have all those like NetBeans or Visual Studio, then there's no need to purchase any additional tools, development tools. And what you can do here, the figure, you can estimate them. You can estimate them. And at the end of your cost summary, you should give me the total cost. Here, for next week presentation, I want you all to give me this fairly accurate configuration of hardware and software or breakdowns, because I want to like confirm how do you get the cost estimate. Okay, the exact detail breakdowns depends on the scope of the system plan, size, and operation, which I mentioned just now lah. What is your scope? Are you going to replace the old computers, or are you going to purchase new computers? If the current bus ticketing system has been used for 5 years, means the computers are quite old, correct? Perhaps need to be replaced as well. So I will see your size and also the operation. If speed bus offices, the branches will need to change, or the officers, there's no need for them to use the system, or what was it already? I don't remember. Is it speed bus only? You only maintain there's only one office in KK. If only one office in KK, then it will be much more simpler, because the operation means the user would be in the speed bus company in KK. That's it. And then to do the accurate configuration, you need to research into the actual market prices. You must show your calculation. This is for next week lah, next week. But then for your in-class work, what you need to give to me would be the roughly what are the major cost component and what are the major benefits summary lah. Okay, detailed calculation must be shown. Show the quantity, especially when you want to do the detailed calculation. As for the benefits, you must fulfill this one. 4 major benefits. Okay, must have 4 major benefits, and then mix of tangible and intangible benefits. Okay, estimate all potential tangible benefits. If it's intangible benefits like improve of company image, that is intangible benefits. You can list it. Okay, you can list it as one of the benefit, but then there's no need for you to quantify it in monetary value. But if it's a tangible benefit like increase of revenue, then you must estimate the tangible benefits. You must show me calculation. Okay. Oh, okay, I can see already. It's mentioned here. For potential intangible benefits, it's not compulsory, but you are encouraged to quantify the intangible benefit whenever possible. Like with the improvement of the company image for Speedbus, it more or less contributes in the sales of the ticket say you can project lah how much per year. So for the benefit and cost, it should be year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Okay. Show the figure, how it is derived and logical assumption. This is very important. Okay, so this is what you need to give to me. I give you 15 minutes.
Which one? This the table?
The table. Just give me roughly what are the major components of the cost and also what are the benefits.
So
Now
the,
you decide the overall scope of the system lah.
so the quantity is for next week.
The actual figures, I leave it to next presentation. But I need to see what you come up with today to see whether you are in the correct track lah.
Oh, the hardware cost. Do we need to write there also the row?
Yes. Like if you have decided that you need to buy replace the old computers, you plan to buy 3 new PC, then for today you can easily get how much does one PC cost, right?
And do the table the hardware, do we just put we just combine all the costs together in the hardware cost?
You can split it. Benefits what it mentioned here. Cost summary dulu. Cost summary dulu and then benefit summary. Previously it asked for the table, cost and benefit summary table, but then here I believe ask students to split it into 2. In order for me to know whether your bus ticketing system project is economically feasible, later I want you all to give me what is the total cost and what is the total benefit. If your total benefit is more than the total cost, then I will say, this is economically feasible. You continue to the next phase. Okay, not the table lah, Kelvin. Split it into cost summary and also benefit summary. Okay, I think I need to show you the diploma students' work. Let me find the example first, yeah. Okay, I found it already. Let me show to you. But then their scope is a little bit different, yeah. Because diploma they have, oops. Okay, I already mentioned this. For them, they are not developing or replacing a new system, but they will just do improvement based on their scope lah. Okay. For their costs, they group it into hardware and software costs. They propose to purchase new server, and they chose this. Refer to the appendix 1. Which cost 68,400. This is their server with the specifications. All this detailed info, put it in the what is this appendix? Okay. And then Since one server is not enough, they are buying 21 servers because their scope is Nestle Malaysia is throughout their branches. Okay, but then it depends on your speed bus. Where is it just speed bus in KK, or are you saying that speed bus has several offices and they also need that particular bus ticketing system to be installed? Software of the server is the Microsoft Windows Server. Okay, Appendix 2. The cost is 4,000 plus, and then they say that only need one copy to operate. Okay, this is the Windows Server with the details. And then they have the installation cost because they want installation service from professional, and they want to include the server cabinet to store all their servers because they have this warehouse, I believe. Okay, so they calculated the average pay rate for professional IT services. Elliott 2019 Appendix H. Okay, they found this info because I asked them why this much. So they managed to find that average cost is around this per hour. Okay. So they assume that they need 5 hours installation per server. Remember, they have 21 servers, right? So this is the total cost for installation. This one is the cost to purchase server cabinet. Okay, this is in Appendix 3. Everything I asked them to justify because it's mentioned in the question. Yeah,
Now,
this is the
do we need to put the price, or do we just put down the cost?
All this will be in next week, but more or less you should be able to give me the main categories of costs. Okay.
Oh, the category.
Like here it's mentioned, list down all the major cost component. So you have 1 week to really come up with all these necessary calculation because all these are needed, right? Accurate configuration, the estimate depends on your scope. Detailed calculation must be shown. Okay. Here they don't buy 21 cabinets because they only need 7 server cabinets. One server cabinet can accommodate 3 servers. Their scope is much more bigger. They have personnel costs, overtime costs. This is how they calculate. Again, they use this Appendix I. Appendix I is what? Overtime. They refer to the Malaysian employees overtime pay rate, how much overtime that can be entitled to this particular staff. So they calculate here 10 hours. So 1 day, 1 staff, berapa overtime claim, and then they estimate 5 employee involved. And then as for the training, they mentioned that they will be using this training. Even though it is conducted by their own SA, several things that they need to consider for the training course would be the refreshment, once per day training materials, 2 days to conduct training, sufficient because blah blah blah. So the average, okay, they estimate 15 ringgit for 2 days to cover refreshment and training materials. So 80 people, okay, in Nestle will be attending the training. So this is the total cost of their training cost. Operating cost would be the bandwidth, electricity. Again, the bandwidth cost per month times 12 months for 1 year. This is 1 year. They have more appendix here. Appendix 4, I think they chose Maxis. They chose Maxis. Maxis, one business fiber, high coverage, apa lagi? Electricity cost. Okay, this one they managed to find something because I asked them, how do you calculate the electricity cost? Average use of power per hour is 850. Okay, 1 day. This is for the server. Okay, covers the power consumption of their server. I'm not sure whether yours will be needing this. So let's take a look at their appendix. Okay. They managed to find this article whereby it says that one server used between 500 to 1,200 watts per hour. So that's why they use the figure. What is their figure here? 850 watts. So this is how they calculate. And then how do they know how much is per kilowatt? It's 39 cents according to their appendix L. They found it from Tenaga Nasional. The electricity tariff 2018 until 2020 is 38.53 cents. So they round it up to 39 cents. So that's how they calculate the electricity cost. For benefits, they reduce the staff cost, and this is how they calculate. They have the annual report here. 50 workers, okay, assuming that the organization has 50 workers or laborers in the only one warehouse, then so this is the number lah. Okay, so they managed to find the average salary for a warehouse worker from here, appendix N. Because you need to find out how much it is, right? So for warehouse worker, Nestle, theirs is an inventory control system. So this is the average warehouse worker salary. So they want to reduce staff costs. This is how much they can reduce per month. So here it says instead of 10 employees, they only need 8 employees. So this is how much cut some cost of providing the salary. Annually it's 200K they can save. Increase productivity and revenue, add to 10 working days, 1 to 3. Because this one I asked them, how can the productivity be increased? So they give me this. Originally is add to 10 working days, and then which include 1 to 3 days to prepare order. And then they assume that the new system improve the productivity by speeding up the process, give accurate information on the available stock, lead efficiency in up to 40%. So here, they do this calculation with the new system, only this 43.2 hours, only need not more than 2 days to prepare for the order. Okay, from 8 to 10 days, they assuming that with the new system, the more improved system can be done in 6 to 8 working days. Okay. Yeah, they have the statistic here from University of Iowa, appendix 4. Average working day in a year. But then I told them this is for US. Need to look at Malaysia punya public holiday lah. Okay, public holiday. Divide by 8 days. How much? How many orders they can process? For yours would be not orders, but then a ticket lah. So with the improved system can process additional 109 more orders in a year. So they assume with a gain profit of 2,000 per order. Okay, they told me that they cannot get this one. It's not mentioned in the annual report. So this one is just their assumption. And intangible benefits, improve quality of services. Image will rise 20% more retailer. And then according to the report, 5 years financial report, they have revenue of 5.5 million. Assuming they have 10,000 retailer. So this is how they do the calculation. This is the part where for the intangible benefit, students are encouraged to quantify the intangible benefits whenever possible. Okay, so this is how they do the calculation. With the addition of 2,000 retailer, they can generate 6.6 million profit per year. Means there's a 1.1 million increase. So they come up with the cost and benefit table. This is where I will check their total cost and benefit. Benefit is 9 million, total cost is 1 million to do the enhancement. So this is definitely economically feasible. So for today, please come up with the main category of cost. Okay, a mixture of tangible and intangible benefits. And I would like to see your conclusion in your presentation. Okay, does it help showing the diploma students assignment?
I'll refer to the new system, right? If the old system is not included to the cost and benefit, right?
Sorry?
Let's say, can say the PDF again? The table.
PDF?
Yeah.
Ini?
Can scroll up.
Ini?
Yeah. Let's say the bandwidth. So that one is for the new system, right?
Yes.
Oh, because I thought the old system also included here. So.
Oh no. For them is they perform improvement of the existing system, especially with their stock, and then at the same time they want to replace the hardware, which is the server. Okay, the server. So in order to operate the new servers that they will purchase, that include this one, the electricity and also bandwidth. This is the operating cost.
So basically the bandwidth they upgrade lah, like that.
Because now they projected 21 servers for Nestle throughout Malaysia.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll get back to you in around 15 minutes, 10 minutes. See your progress. So hopefully you can come up with the major cost component and also the benefit. 4 major benefit lah, tangible, intangible, and then that's it for today's in class. Okay. So you put into the chat box whenever you are ready.
Okay.
Okay, miss.
Miss, do we need the numbers? Because we just can just randomly say the number.
For today, no need the accurate one. The accurate one with your research next week presentation, because not enough time kan. Can one tangible and three intangible? Boleh, but then make sure you are able to quantify the intangible, three intangible, because otherwise your benefit will not outweigh the cost when it happens, means it's economically not feasible lah.
Miss.
Okay, done already?
Aye.
Okay, let me go into your classwork. SAT. Oh, I think I need to record this. Here in Sabah, only one group. I wonder how the lecturers in KL handle their hundreds of students. Okay, should be here in classwork for week 4. Okay, so what's your scope now? Are you replacing the computers as well?
The entire bus system, the computers and the equipment, some of them might be outdated, and we can slowly replace them all. Like that.
Slowly. So okay. This is
Because over 5 years we can slowly replace them all.
okay. So I would say this is your year 0. Okay, year 0. What does it mean? Is the year of development. Okay, and then this one is year 1. Means the first year the system will be in operation. Year 2, and this is year 3, and then all the new system only up to 4 years, and then after that cannot be used. Do you want to add one more year? Here I treat it as 2021 would be the year 0, the development year. So add one more.
I think yeah.
We need one more. Doesn't year 0 count as 1 year also?
Year 0 is the year of development.
Doesn't count as 1 year.
No. When we talk about operational year, useful life of the system, here you are saying that the new bus ticketing system is only useful for 4 years. Means the useful life of this system is only 4 years. If I am the managing director of State Bus, I would say it seems that for this much of cost, then it is not. I don't think it's good for investing, because the new system can only be useful up to 4 years. Add one more. This is development year. Unless the system can be developed, say only within 5 months, then that's why here in your benefits, okay, you can put a certain amount, like perhaps 10,000. Okay, if you put amount or the benefit amount here as not 0, it means that the development of the system takes less than 1 year. But then if your system takes like more than 1 year to be developed, then over here, right, it should be you should include the development cost here lah. Because like software license, if you pay for the software, you won't be needing to pay for every year, kan?
Oh, just like when if I also pay all the PC and equipment, I'll also the other cost also 0 lah. Yeah.
Kalau macam one time cost, then one time cost means during the year 0 lah. If it's a recurring cost, meaning starting like tak ada maintenance Kalau tak ada maintenance, if you add in maintenance, then maintenance should start starting from the operational year of the system for maintenance. That is a recurring cost lah. That
Oh,
was
so
the
some of
other
so some
recurring
of them
cost.
some of them can be one time, some of them can be
Yeah. Yes, true.
Correct.
You can refer to our example in the notes. Development year would be the one-time cost, like when you purchase the hardware.
if the development if the development takes 2 years, if
Development takes 2 years.
like
Then
like
your
doing
year zero would be
extend to 2 years.
yeah
Oh, like
zero
that. Okay, okay, I
zero
don't
B.
Okay,
Okay, 0A, 0B.
I'll understand.
Uh,
Then the equipment, then I rather the devices and the PC just year 0 prepare lah, and then the others just
ah,
okay.
unless you are renting the server. Mana tahu kan?
All right.
Renting server, then you will start paying from year
Installation,
0 to year 5 or renting.
Oh,
Tapi if you purchase, then it's one-time cost in year 0.
okay.
Just to make it clear, year 0 means development year lah. And then this would be the operational year. I think you need to redo some of the main category of costs here. Don't worry, you have 1 week to do that. Benefits, salary kah?
Like bonus or extra salary like that lah. For the
Speed bus. There's a speed bus.
I'm not
Do you
sure.
think
Not
speed
sure
bus
if
is
the
big
bus
enough to include that in the budget to develop the bus ticketing system? You need to think,
we can
macam ini.
just assume boleh kan lah.
If assume boleh, then if I am the managing director, I look at the they want bonus but then
right.
these 3, Noel, Farah, and Kelvin, they are my IT staff, or they're working for Speed Bus.
We need to think about the authority can do or not those things like can.
Yalah, your scope makan
Yeah.
Speed Bus. You assume that 3 of you are working as an IT staff at Speed Bus, right? Okay, like travel, no need to travel. Overtime, I think overtime masih boleh. If you want to finish the development of the system earlier, but then you have 3 manpower here, 3 system analysts. Benefits no need lah, because Speed Bus is paying you as their IT staff. Training, travel, tengoklah dulu. Training, assuming that you know or don't know, then you need to remember whatever that you put here. You need to justify all the calculations.
Can say we need to teach some employees how to use the system also. Need to train some employees how to use
that one. The training, user training, not the personnel. Personnel would be you all IT staff, not for IT staff.
Not for IT. The training not we cannot use the training. Us training the IT staff for cost.
Why? What kind of training? Training how to use certain programming language to develop the bus ticketing system?
No, just training them how to use the system.
Why need to train? You all will be developing the bus ticketing system for Speed Bus.
Yeah, we develop and then they need to use, right?
The user, then you're talking about the user training, not your personnel would be the IT department, you all. So categorize it differently. Let me see how did they are categorizing. They put it under. They explain this. Active people means here. Active people means what? the user of the inventory control system. So
Yeah.
here the IT staff, they themselves will conduct the training.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just train the staff that will operate the ticketing system at the counter.
So you need to tell me how many trainee lah.
Do we need to state in this table how many and how many days in the table?
Of course. That's why before you show your summary, you need to show all this calculation. Because next week I think your presentation will be very long. Unless you already show me all this.
Does the presentation need a table also?
Yes. The final one. This is the final one. But then before that, you show me the calculation, so that say if it's like here for the years here, like the bandwidth is 2904. So from where do they get it? They already calculated here the bandwidth. Where's the bandwidth? Bandwidth. Ini. They already calculate here. They show me they're working with proof, okay, with the appendix, okay, and you transfer them into the table properly. Okay, so I really wish that for this week after Chinese New Year, you really think about this main course. Okay, any question?
No.
And before that, I need to know your introduction here also. Like what the student here mentioned, their scenario. Like they assume that they will be doing the system development, system improvement, and they consider what they want to exclude, and then this is what they will do. So that's why I able to understand their cost summary and benefit summary lah. Okay, like certain things like purchasing of computers, they didn't include. They only have purchasing of server room also no need, because they already have the server room and so on. They only need to buy new server. For this is the introduction to their cost and benefit summary. So I need to understand this before I can approve your cost benefit summary for next week. Okay. For benefits ada 4. Tangible, increase sales. Okay, error cost reduction. Productivity gain. Make sure you can quantify. So you'll need to communicate the total cost, total benefit to make it economically feasible. Benefit must outweigh the cost. Okay, increase customer satisfaction. Noel, have you think of how to quantify this into monetary value?
Does all of them need to be quantified? All intangible benefits?
Not really. But then this is what I mentioned to Noel just now, because he asked whether can have up to 3 intangible benefit, because this is how I answered him. Say you list out all these. So are you able to cover the cost if benefit? You only mention one tangible benefit, and then if you don't quantify your intangible benefit, you don't have the benefit, the total benefit to cover to exceed the total cost. In this case, you might end up getting what do you call that? The project is economically not feasible. Okay, one more question. One more question. I noticed something. The question only mentioned 4 you put it. Are you still considering from 6 You want to reduce it to 4? You only need 4.
Oh, we might be reduced later. Or only need 2 tangible,
Ah,
2
from 6
intangible, or just or
up to you.
any
Up to you.
combination. Any combination.
Any combination, if you choose 2 intangible, make sure these 2 you can quantify it properly
Okay.
in monetary value. Okay. Wow. I think next week will be quite long. But then,
This time quite hard, I think, because need to do a lot,
yes,
do
because
research also and calculation.
yes, because this one is you never encounter before doing budgeting. So I really want,
Need to do referencing also, those things also.
of course. Let me show you how the student did their referencing. Notice that this is how they do the citation. Chua 2018. Like Chua 2018, and they're in appendix. So they do it by category. Okay, like this is the reference list. Okay, but then I told them they can combine. Chua. Where's the chua?
Oh, need to separate the reference.
No need. But then the student, they don't want to confuse themselves. This one chua. So that is how I double check whether or not what they cite is citation. The citation that they put in the report is available here. Okay, and then the appendix is shown before that. All these are the appendix. Okay. Lots of work to do after Chinese New Year.
Can you still check the costs? Like some of them might be wrong. Might not be suitable.
Because I still need to know you all need to finalize your story, What's your story? Kan? Once you finalize the story, baru I can like really pinpoint things that need to be improved. Sekarang belum you cannot finalize.
We still need to present it next week.
Sorry. Yeah. You still need to present.
Yeah. No, I don't think. Hopefully can in time.
Okay. So I think that's all for today. At least today we finished a bit earlier. So happy Chinese New Year to you all.
Oh, you give us the mark for the in class work.
Oh, in class work.
The in class work.
You fulfill the benefit and cost, and then terlebih the benefit. Thank you for reminding me. In terms of completion, you complete entire required. So I give you 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ang pao for you all.
Yeah, that's the ang pao.
So I see you next week.
Okay, Miss.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah, you all too.